Hello everyone and welcome to this lecture series. This is a series for the English literature optional paper for the UPSC Civil Service examination. It is an attempt to cover the entire UPSC syllabus including the authors and the literary period, the background, historical background, etc. So this is the first video, and in this video we will see the development of English drama. There has been question asked on the backgrounds of Shakespeare's age and development of drama. So we'll see this today. Let's start. So first we will see the background of Shakespeare's age. So in this period, which was from late 15th till early 17th century, we will see this briefly as we just need data for the answer writing. So we'll see Renaissance. As we saw, it means rebirth. Reached England later than Italy. It started in Italy, and we know the English people and the author and the writer, they were very much inspired from Italy and Rome. So we see it reached in Italy and then slowly it spread to England also. During this period we see humanism, classical learning and focus on individual dignity. So there is a common question on what is humanism. Humanism is the focus on humans, if I have to simply explain, or rather man. As we see during the medieval period, so much focus was on religion. Religion was growing. There were so many types of dramas, which we'll see later in the lecture also, but there was so much focus on the religion and teachings from the Bible, the lives of the saint, the miracles and all those things. So this period marked a shift from religion to the men, and with men there comes complexities of men also. That is why it brought humanism, classical learning also, because it again referred to the classical texts. Also because classical learning also because it again referred to the classical texts. Classical text, whose classical text? Rediscovering the text by the Plato, Aristotle, Seneca. The emphasis shifted from the religious salvation to the worldly experience, simply from religion to men. There was a focus on individual dignity rather than collective religionism. So this was Renaissance. In this, what we have to remember: first, there was humanism, there was reference to classical text, rediscovering of text by Plato, Aristotle, Seneca, etc. Next, during the Shakespeare time, mostly Queen Elizabeth was the one who was ruling. So marked by the long reign of Queen Elizabeth I. She ruled from 1558 till 1603. During 1600, she gave charter for the East India Company to do its business or start its company in India, as you might remember from history. She was the one, Queen Elizabeth I, during 1600. That's why they came and did business in India and all those history happened. Next, there was political stability. Maritime success was there. So many, what is maritime success? The travelers, they found different ways, and did trade, business and increased economy of the England. So there was political stability, and there was therefore rise in patronage of arts. The Queen supported the arts, therefore theatre also flourished. Literacy expanded and London became cultural hub. It was becoming, as there is political and economic stability, there is cultural development. Then growth of printing press, 1476 I guess started, and this meant the plays and the poetry reached wider audience. It was able to reach the common people. So this was Elizabethan period. Therefore her rule was known as the Golden Age of English literature. After Queen Elizabeth, James I, he was her cousin, he took over the throne. Here, during James I, it was more darker and more cynical. There was also race of different styles. There was revenge, tragedy. Again, the influence of Senecan drama was here. It became more pronounced. Now, the second thing which we are going to see is development of drama before and during Shakespeare. Till now, what we saw was the background of Shakespearean's age. So first we will see medieval drama. In medieval drama, obviously you know, there is mystery play, there is miracle play, and there is morality. So mystery play simply is biblical stories. Biblical story is, it is taken from the Bible. Then there is miracle plays, which is based on the life of saints and the miracles which occurred during their time. Morality plays, it dwells with the virtues and vices. These concepts are dwelt in morality plays. Allegorical, most prominent example of morality play is Everyman, men's journey to death and salvation. There was performance in churches and town squares. As we know, the church was the main reason for the development of drama itself. Initially, the people of the church were the one who performed the drama. They performed inside the church first, but then audience joined. So inside the church was a small space, then they moved to outside of the church, then slowly they moved to near grounds on the church, then the market, and slowly it took a stage itself. So we can say the initiators of the drama are none other than people from the church. But what was the purpose? Why do they have to do this thing? So the purpose for them was to teach people, educate the uneducated people. The church is the main reason why drama developed. Next, development of drama, the interlude and the transition. It is a shorter play. It is like a break, and during this break, bigger performance of a drama is happening. Then there is an interlude, a smaller, shorter play which has a secular theme. This is played, and then again the next bigger drama or longer drama takes place. John Haywood's The 4P is an example of the interlude, blends with morality and farce. Early experimentation with comic element and character development was done in the interlude. This was the main focus. We also see the university wits. These are the pre-Shakespearean dramatists. They set the tone and stage for Shakespeare. All educated playwrights, like Marlowe, Lily, Green, Kidd. They introduced black verse. And who is known for black verse? Marlowe. Heroic protagonists and complex themes. Notable example, if we have to see, Christopher Marlowe, obviously in Dr. Faustus, he is one of the most popular known work. Ambition, knowledge and downfall. These were the concepts discussed. So this is far from the concept which were discussed during the medieval age, and therefore it is humanism. It dwells with the ambition, knowledge and downfall. It is all related with the men. Thomas Kidd is also, he is the Spanish tragedy, model of revenge tragedy. Theatre and staging. Little bit about the theatre. Public theatre, the popular ones were the Globe and the Rose. There were daytime show, no night shows, no artificial lighting and limited sceneries were there. Male only actors. They wore the female costume and performed the female role. Next, we will see the Shakespeare's contribution. Synthesized element of classical and native drama. Expanded the scope of tragedy, comedy and history. Emphasis on psychological realism, example Hamlet. Tragic flaws, example Macbeth. And humanism in The Tempest. He mastered over the blank verse and iambic pentameter. This conclusion can be used in answer writing. So to understand Shakespeare is to understand a movement of transformation in English literature, from allegory to realism, from morality to complexities. This is what humanism is. The theatre of his time was not just entertainment, it was mirror to Elizabethan life, a platform for philosophical debate and a canvas of literary genius. Thank you.